There are always been debates about the old input system as well as the new version of the input system. Here is my, at least currently, like a definitive, my opinion about this. Okay, so first, of course, if you want to, aiming for a cross-platform sort of game, you want to run a phone on iPads, on Xbox, on PS5, and all that. You need to use the new input system because you got like a great mapping, and you just need to say, hey, jump, hey, say run, hey, attack, something like that. It will just map to different platform. Okay, so here obviously the new one is always like a better one. So that's my opinion. But if you learning for the first time or just want to write a prototype, just to want to make something that can quickly get things done, and you mainly test it on your computer, the old input system is much easier and much more intuitive. And I've seen a lot of developers who is like really into this old input system and then even boycotted the new system. I'm more like a neutral guy because I know the new one got something beneficial, but the older one also is more intuitive. So I'm going to demonstrate two ways of doing things in this specific project, but let's start with the older one because you have to know this. It's more intuitive. You can get things done much quicker, and let's get started. So right now I got this. We got tons of this debug is for animation purpose. So I'm going to go back to my asset and go back to script. And what I'm going to do is to mainly focus on this player state script because that's where we get the information of hey, we got like a specific input and we're going to change the player state according to this input. And why is not opening? Yeah, it's already open, so sorry about that. So player state, let's go back to here. So basically we're going to get a protected player. We can say another protected. So protected, and this time I'm going to get a protected float because it can't like press into exactly the integer input. So start time, not start time, sorry about that, because this like a 2D platformer, so the x-axis will be left and right. Okay, so basically move forward, backward, x input. That's pretty good. Copilot already like done that for me. We can go to the enter. Enter do not need to change, and update. We constantly update. We don't need this debug log now. So just hide it. Just coming out. So what I'm going to do is to get that specific x input and get x raw. I want it raw because this old input system is pretty raw but pretty intuitive. You get this axis raw, horizontal, and you get that input as the x input. Okay, pretty intuitive. Okay, since we already got that input, x input, right? So we can pass that x input and see whether the player state need to change. So remember, we got this player we already changed the player state, right? We got this player idle state and player movement state that sort of inherit from the player state, so we can get that information. Let me just make it smaller so you guys can see more clearly. We already get this specific information, and we're going to update it. And while we're updating it, we are not going to just get a WASD or that. It's just for texting purpose. I'm going to get the x input. If the get x input, remember, it's a float. If the float is not 0, which means we got that specific input at the x-axis, we're going to change the state. We're not going to go idle because we got some like speed at x-axis, right? So change the state machine. So if it's true, then carry out. We get this State machine player state. Yeah, if it's not 0, you're going to change the state. Of course, we also got another move state. So the move state also is the children of the player state, right? So you also got that information, and we can change what we're going to do according to that information. So everything that we're going to constantly checking will be updated. So if our state machine, if our X input is equal to 0, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's equal to 0. So previous is not equal to 0. Okay, so if it's equal to 0, then we can say, hey, things is 0, we're not going to get moving, we're going to fall back to our player dot state machine change state to idle state, right? So got something, know something, change that, didn't change it. Okay, pretty good. Let's first test this. Okay, so we just need to save it. Sometimes you don't need to save it; just you need to go back to the engine. You will start compiling, and just wait for it, right? Just wait for it, and then hopefully there's no bug, no compiling error. Just click play, and okay, and I press this like right side. Left side still because it's just give it a specific like a float, whether it's like a positive and negative at the x-axis, and the state machine receive that and going to change the state. Okay, so running, stopping, running, stopping. It's not stopping but idling, but it's stopping in my opinion. Okay, running, stop, perfect. Okay, that's a pretty good, but clearly we need to remember everything. The state machine normally just to change the animation part. Okay, animation doesn't mean anything if you do not have a object or instance that attach all this animation to. Remember, we got an animator, which means that we got this animator handle all the state changes, all the animation, all that, and attach that to the specific player, which will be the game object that have a collider, have a rigid body to it. So we have to, control the player in order for this player actually to move. All this animation and state changes doesn't mean anything. Okay, in the physics world of the simulated game, doesn't mean anything. So we have to write code to actually make her move. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in the next video. Thanks. Don't forget to give this video a thumb up and subscribe to my channel if you've got any suggestions or that. Please leave a comment. Okay, and please join the Patreon just to support me. I'm like have been broke for a pretty long time. Okay, so thanks. Bye.